Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sonic info/thoughts video. So this one is all about Team Sonic Racing, because there's 3 songs that have been revealed recently. Sand Hill from Sonic Adventure, the short version of the main theme, Green Light Ride, and Ocean View. Yeah, so we got a second Seaside Hill track that's returning from a previous racing game. So I guess since this game is divided into 7 zones with 3 tracks each, there's still yet another Seaside Hill to be shown off. Oh boy, can't wait to see what that is. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually a new one instead of an old one. But yeah, let's talk about each of the music tracks, starting with Ocean View. So in case you didn't already know, Ocean View was the first track from Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, which came out in November 2012. Oh my goodness. I didn't even realize it was that long ago until I looked that up. But yeah, so what's interesting about the original song is that it starts off as a remix for Sonic Boom, but then later on, it transitions into an instrumental remix of Super Sonic Racing from one of the best Sonic games of all time, Sonic R. Although we don't really hear the latter at all in this preview, so I wonder if they remix that at all, or if they're just purely focusing on Sonic Boom. But yeah, maybe they're just saving that for when we actually get to play the game. And I don't know, I'm kind of half and half on this one. Like, the beginning of it is basically the same as the original song, except it's just it basically just has more guitars added onto it. But then when the guitar really takes over in the second half of the sample, that's when I think it really starts to sound good. So it's not my favorite so far, but it's like, okay. It still has a lot of potential, especially since there could be just a whole different section that we haven't heard yet. I think I am a little bit more interested in seeing how the track itself plays, although I guess it won't be anything too crazy. It'll just be the first lap of this track in Transformed repeated 3 times because, well, yeah, Transformed had transforming segments, but Team Sonic Racing does not have that, so it just felt a little strange to me, the idea of tracks from this game even returning. But I guess Ocean View can still be brought back, since it's not like, say, Sky Sanctuary, which has a lot of flying. I'll talk about Green Light Ride for a little bit. I don't think there's really much to say about it because we've pretty much heard it through the trailer already, and I'm not gonna like play the track itself because I am kind of worried that I might get copyright stricken for it, because it is also being sold on iTunes right now. I did end up buying it. But what I will say is that it feels quiet to me. Am I the only one who thinks this? Maybe it's because I got so used to listening to it alongside the trailer. It's like, it's just weird hearing it without all the car engine noises in the background. And it's just weird to say that it feels quiet, because this is a very, this is very rock. So it's just like, huh, a rock track being quiet. But yep, that's just how I feel about it. Though it's not bad, it's just, it just felt a bit jarring to listen to it in a different light. And of course, I will leave links to all the music in the video description below so you can listen to them for yourself. But overall, pretty good song. Not my favorite Crush 40 tune, but I'm still so glad that they're returning to Sonic, and I hope that will stick for future Sonic games to come. And last, but certainly not least, actually this might be the most, but yeah, this is a really interesting choice in my opinion, and T. Lopes and Jun Senoue is just like a match made in heaven, I think. It's so awesome, and I just really love how this track turned out. I think they really got down the feel of the very frantic sort of mood of the original track, because yeah, you're going down like this sand hill, yeah, pretty literal description of it, but you're chasing after Froggy as Tails and you're going through all of those gates. It's not really my favorite level in Sonic Adventure, but yeah, it was there and it kind of broke up the pace a little bit between the normal stages. And I definitely love how the piano adds onto that feel. I think we have T. Lopes to thank for that. But overall, yep, one of my favorite music tracks for this game so far. So let's just talk about the idea of Sand Hill being brought back as a track for this game, because I think that's really awesome too, because I just find with these Sonic spin-offs, or whenever they bring back old levels in new Sonic games, they just tend to use the same stuff over and over, especially like with Seaside Hill, but Sand Hill, that's a really different choice. I love it when they branch out and do some, I guess you could say, riskier choices. And with reusing certain environments like Seaside Hill and Sky Sanctuary, they can save costs by just recycling assets from the versions in Sonic Generations. But we haven't seen Sand Hill brought back in any recent Sonic game. And no, Sonic Forces does not count, okay? That's not the same thing. I just really hope there is a steep downhill section somewhere, so it does feel more like a real reference to the original level from Sonic Adventure, so it's not just like, oh, it's Sand Hill in name, well, even though it has road instead of hill, and also the music track. Actually, here's an idea. I don't know if they will do point A to point B tracks in this game at all, but if they did, it would be absolutely perfect to do one for Sand Hill, especially if we are supposed to be getting 3 Sand Hills. Might as well make one of them just an entirely downhill course. I think that could be pretty fun. Like Mount Wario in Mario Kart 8, that's probably one of my favorite tracks in that game, and yeah, just the whole thing, like that whole track is so fun. So I'd love to see something like that in this Sonic Racing game. And with all the recent news about Team Sonic Racing being very focused on the music, I think at this point I might actually be more excited for the music than the actual gameplay itself, which is kind of crazy. I know the game's not coming out until May, but I do hope we get some more gameplay soon. And that wraps up another Sonic Info/Thoughts video, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on all of these music reveals for Team Sonic Racing, and be sure to leave a like or comment or even subscribe, because it lets me know that you like my channel, my videos, and it helps you keep up to date more easily with my latest content from The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!